me, Emperor AP, and today we are going to be working on something particularly interesting. We are going to be taking all of these batteries, which we had painstakingly worked over the last couple live streams to collect and to sort and to put together, to finally build them into a usable functional battery bank. Now, this won't be the only video that we do this in. We will have to make many of these in order to get to an appreciable size, but also we are going to have to we're going to have to make this into something that can really handle the loads that we're trying to deliver. So there's going to be a lot of updates, improvements. We're going to have to build a whole bunch of additional hardware to support these. Hey everybody, sorry about that. It seems like I lost you for a second. What I am going to do is go ahead and set up. Hey everybody, I'm not sure if you just heard my incessant ranting about trying to get a link out to our Discord, but I just sent a link to our Discord to let people know that we're going live. What I am going to be doing today, like I reiterated a minute ago, over again, I am trying to build a 20 amp hour or 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank. Now, this is about the size that you would have for a personal battery bank if you went traveling to, for example, charge your phones, your laptops, stuff like that. As a 12-volt bank, it's going to have more abilities than, say, a 5-volt bank that you might just use to charge your phone. This thing, again, can charge laptops, things like that. If we really set it up to do more, that 12 volts can be converted to 120, which is what houses, at least in the US, run on. Other places in the world, most other places run at like 240 or so. But that being the case, that is able to be reasonably stepped up. Once you start to build it up to higher voltages, easier and easier to step to that mains house voltage that you're used to. So 12 volts would be a good place to start for us. And that being the case, what we're going to do is go ahead and put together this. It's going to be 124 batteries, I think, as I calculated out. So we're going to have to put that together in 4 banks of 31. And so that is going to be a little bit time consuming. So I'm going to show you guys us putting it together. And because I don't have a soldering iron right now, I am going to just have to simply attach all of these together with wire. We're going to secure the entire bank together, and then we're going to go into maybe next stream actually soldering all those connections, getting it to where it's nice and sturdy, and can be have added hardware to it to make it more functional for us, as I said previously. But today is going to be the actual putting together of this battery. So one of the things that's important to me personally is to try and find all of the batteries that are the same size. What that's going to do for us is it's going to make it easy for us to know the properties of this bank. It'll also distribute the load easier. You don't want to just throw a bunch of batteries together of different sizes. It may not necessarily hurt the smaller ones, though it could wear them out a little faster. It also just doesn't fully use the larger ones, which means that they will wear at different times and they'll have different issues at different stages of the battery's life, of the bank's life. So you need to be a little bit careful about that. Some small difference can be okay, but we really want to try to go for uniformity as much as possible. So I am picking out one particular size of battery and going forward with that. So I hope everybody is doing well today. I know we are about to enter the new year, so a lot of micronations, in particular, if you are a part of a micronation, are thinking about their future plans. In general, people are thinking about their plans for the future. There is a lot going on in people's lives, and it is a good season to be reflecting, to be preparing for the future, and to be excited about the things that we can work on and improve in ourselves. A lot of people will pick up whatever their New Year's resolutions are. And so I think I'm honestly still trying to decide on a few of mine personally, but I know for Aeternia, we are going to be just trying to put our nose to the grindstone and get some more solid quality crafts achieved, a few more solid projects under our belt. And that way we will be able to really conveniently grow. We'll be able to do it in not only a faster manner, but like a really streamlined manner. A lot of the time, what one of our weaknesses is actually being too focused on trying to get to that next step, trying to figure out these different plans of solving problems that we have. And we're really good at that, but we have this issue a lot of the time of actually, building enough of a support under us, enough of a functional base for the projects that we start to actually keep them maintained and actually build them bigger to the next step. A lot of the time we have to take a long time to slowly build those things up. So this year, I think 12,025, excuse me, is going to be moving forward into an era for the Empire of Aeternia of really trying to focus down on our goals, trying to complete the things that we've already started, and trying to expand upon them, actually taking time out to study, okay, our next step is going to be this, which leads to this, which leads to this. Always good for proper planning, and we tend to do that, but there are flaws in that sometimes. Sometimes it's either that we are not prepared for all of the eventualities that come about, which can't be prepared for everything, or also just spreading time thin, not having the resources appropriately applied to different things that we're trying to work on. So that will be a big part of the process as well. But that being the case, let me see how many we have here so far. Again, we're going to need 31 for each of these rows that we're going to be building for the bank. So right now we have 5 right there. We're going 6 right here. 7. In a minute, I'll come do a sound off with you guys, check in, see what everybody's up to. So it's 8. See who all is here in the chat. If you guys are here, definitely make sure to like the video. Definitely make sure to let us know you're hanging out with us. I certainly appreciate it. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one's going to be our 10th going in. Okay. Then we will have, I might change that one out in a second. It's, wiring is kind of messed up. For a lot of these, we've been able to salvage the wires, but not all of them. Okay. 13. Let me see. I'm getting less confident in my counting here. 14. 15. 16. I guess it's 18. Just because I am not focused on my counting, let me double count it. 4, 8, 12. I count 17 actually. So these are 17 right here. Going to need another 13 to make 31. Let me see. 15 is 30. So no, we need 14 more. And my math may be off again. But we shall see. This was 2.4. Yeah, but it's stuck in junk. Let me see. Another 2.41. All right. I'm going to pause. I'm going to check in with everybody, see how you guys are doing. Homeland says, hey, bud. Hey, how you doing, Homeland? Great to see you. Tierfin says, hello, I'm one of the kings of Tierfin Empire. We would like an alliance. Thank you so much for being here and showing your support for us. I will say we have an alliance form. If you would like to become an ally of the Empire of Aeternia, if you feel like you have some value that you would like to trade with us and that we have some value that we can impart in your nation, definitely make sure to hit up our alliance application. There should be a link in the description to our website, and that can lead you to a page on alliances where we have that application and where we discuss a little bit about who we are and what we do. So thank you so much. Wizard B says, hi, how are you today? You might want to keep it to where it can't catch fire. That is a great point, Wizard. Thank you so much for being here. That is probably the best advice we could have been given about this. We are absolutely trying to make sure that it doesn't catch fire, but there is absolutely risk in that. Now, when we actually use this bank, again, I said we're going to have some hardware that we're going to have to actually fix up in it to make sure that we monitor it carefully. There's something called battery management system that we're going to need to apply to that. But as well, we will have physical, insulating materials and things to actually support the bank a little bit. That all being the case, that's, much further ahead than we're thinking at the moment. We're not going to be actively operating this today. We may test the value of it to make sure that it works, but we're not going to be, plugging devices into it, doing things like that, running it real heavy. Instead, what we're going to do is go ahead and start with just the structure. We're going to go ahead and make sure the structure is perfectly designed out, that all of the connections can be made in the way that we're thinking they can, and then ultimately we are going to go into putting this all together, testing, like I said, the voltage, making sure that it's what we expect it to be, that all the connections are there and working. And then when we do, we will have next step discussions and plans for the future. So since I keep counting and recounting these and causing myself a problem, I'm going to go ahead and actually separate them out into groupings of 5. So that way we have 19 now, and we go ahead a little quicker in our process. The year of making improvements, I should say, for the Empire, a year of trying to be a little more focused, trying to be a little more aware, on guard for our immediate duties, and continuing on with sort of a fundamental grassroots expansion, trying not to just hyper-focus and reach into one area, but shoring up our base, should I say. We have been trying to reach into specific niches. We've been trying to hyper-focus on certain aspects of our strategy for growth. And I think this year is going to be a lot about actually balancing that out and coming to a solid understanding of where we're at as a nation. Okay, so we're now going to 21, about to hit 22. As we keep doing that, we are going to slowly build up our 31, and then we will make the other 3 lines, for it, other 3 rows, and then that will culminate in the actual final connection of the battery. Here's another. About to hit 25 for our first row. Let's see. 24, and will this be it? No. What about this one? Yep, this one's going to 25. All right, so now we're moving on to 30, and then we'll just need one more for this little section. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Only 5 more now. Here we go. 4 more. 3. Oh, this one's still connected. Didn't do my job on this one. Let's see. Go ahead and clip it off and collect it. And 2 more to go. And we are looking at the final battery here, if this is the right value. Yep, sure is. Okay, so that's, make sure I keep in groupings of 5 again. That's what our 31 batteries looks like. So I'll show you guys, point it out a little bit better for you. Also, 7 viewers, 4 likes. Thank you guys for being here. All right, so that line of batteries that you see right here, these are our 31 for our first row. And we're going to do 3 more rows of that. So that's going to take a good bit of effort, but once we get that done, we will be through a significant number of the batteries that we have taken up, and so we'll have compiled that into one large valuable asset. You know, on the value mark, once we put everything in it, all the functional hardware that allows us to charge stuff in the $130, $150 price range, like off the shelf, something like that. This being kind of a homemade thing, I wouldn't put a price on it specifically, but in doing these other 3 rows, we're going to need to make sure that we are being very careful to keep all of the battery values the same, which may run us into trouble. Okay, so now got this one. Okay. Yep. Okay, moving on to our second row. And I'll just count this one. I'll clean it up later. 3. Let me see this one. Nope. Yep. Okay, we're almost to our first 5 here. Yep, and then that one needs to go. And we've completed our first 5 for the second row. Moving a little quicker now. Okay, moving on to our second 5. Last 2 in our second 5. Okay, so our second 5 is down. Starting our third 5. Okay, 2 more in this third 5, and then we will be moving on to the 4. Yep, okay. And one more in that third 5. Let's see. And I think this will be it. Yep. All right. So now moving on to the fourth 5. Starting the first one off on our fourth 5. Okay. On to the third. And yep, continuing on to the third. Let's see. Still looking for that third. Still looking. Okay. On to the fourth of the fourth. And that'll do it. Finally, the fifth for the fourth 5. Oh my goodness. That is hard to say. All right. We've completed the fourth set of 5. We have 20, 20 currently. We need, wait. Yep. We need 2 more. And then we need 1 additional over here to complete our row. And then we're going to need to do 2 more. I'm laughing at myself now. I thought I had miscounted again on that first row, but we got it. Okay. Three. Going on to the fourth. Let's see. Okay, on the fourth and to the fifth. Awesome. Okay. So now we're at 25. Need that last fifth and then last 5 and then 1 more. So we're looking at on the last 6, counting down, let's see. That'll be 5. 5 left for this row. Four left. 3 left. 2 left. Yep, 1 excuse me, 1 left. So that is 30 total. Now we're about to hit 31 with this one, and we will move on. All right. Two sets. So now we are at I don't know if that's basically 10 amp hours. We're looking at 10,000 milliamp hours or 10 amp hours right here. That should be about 5 here, about 5 here. And then we are going to string these together actually in series. So that way we get our 12 total volts. So got to keep going here. We're going to do 2 more rows just like this. And then we are going to connect them all together. Actually, what I'm going to go ahead and do, though, is flip these, get them into place early on. So that way we know how to solder them when it comes time. Or to connect them, rather, when it comes time. Because we don't have a soldering iron today, which would make this a little bit of a quicker process. Okay. All right. So now we have everything together like it will need to be soldered. Soldered when the time comes, connected for today. So I'm just going to move all these a little bit closer so we can fit the other two rows onto this table. And we're going to do it all and connect it all together. All right. Now, one of my dilemmas is I'm actually running into a slightly higher watt-hour rating on some of these that I'm putting off to the side because they're all the same, but they are a slightly higher one. So I may break my own rule and set up with a slightly different configuration than I thought initially, but that'll be okay. We can eventually either sub them in with the right components or keep this one like this and just put them to the side for the next set. Let's see. Okay. Going for 2. Almost onto the first 5 for the third row. 3 out of 4 rows. Complete, nearly complete, I should say. Okay. Trying to get this one open. Got it. All right, we're at 3 on that first one. Getting close to 5. Let's see what this is. Okay, we'll count that. 4, almost there. And let's see if we can hit 5. Yep, that's it. Okay. We got our first set of 5 there. Going on to our second. Even if I have to cut it away from this thing. And like that, we got first of our second set of 5 in the third row. Goodness. Quickly becoming a more complex process, as you can see. Not too bad, but increase in complexity. Also, we want to be really careful, guys. Definitely do not do this stuff at home. I am, but I do not recommend that you do. These are very dangerous substances. Working with lithium in and of itself is dangerous. Trying to use that for any kind of power generation, stuff like that is dangerous. And you really should buy things off the shelf, but from trusted manufacturers. But we are working with doing this today. So definitely do not try it at home. There is a lot that could go wrong and a lot that I have to do to protect this stuff and make sure that it is stored in a safe manner when the camera shuts off. So definitely keep that in mind. This is not a hobby craft for anybody to do. This is something that is particularly it's interesting. It's going to be fun, but has a certain level of concern to it as well. It's a little bit dangerous. All right, so on to our fourth, 4 out of 5 for this second set of 5 here. Let me check what this guy is. That'll work. Okay. So on to our third set of 5. Okay. And on to potentially our 4th. Yep. Set of 5 here in a few. Okay, let's see. Yep, moving relatively quick through. Actually, just move these two together since they're a little bit closer in size. Okay. Okay, we're on the last one for this set. Let me check this guy out. Nope, a little bit bigger than we want. Okay, let's keep looking. That'll work. Okay, and that's our next set of 5. I'll actually combine this one with these to make it a little bit easier. Start on our 4th set of 5, and this is for the 3rd row. So after this, there will just be one more row to go, and then we have the full battery set out. All we'll have to do is actually put it together and have it assembled, which is kind of crazy. You know, we have done a lot of this sorting on the last couple live streams, and everybody was real supportive of it. We were able to get a lot done, and now we are finally starting to be able to reap the benefits of that. What I'm going to actually do is change these guys out in this first one here and move this over. But that being the case, we are plodding forward quick as ever, trying to get our 4th set of 5 for this row. Now let's see what this one is. Let me check this one out. Not this one either. This one will do. Okay. And I think this one will do as well. And this one will do real well. Okay. Yep. All right. That's the last 5 that we're doing here. This will finish us out to 30, and then we will have to hit 31 and be done with it. That being the case, I am starting to get down to the wire on some of these, so our last set may actually have to be of a larger size than I had originally intended. So ideally, we want to have everything be the same value. And for voltage, you absolutely have to. But for the capacity rating, you want to be as close as possible, both for load-bearing reasons, for actually just trying to run it, but again, also just to make sure that it wears evenly, that it consumes power as efficiently as possible. By being distributed, having that load distributed as evenly as possible. That being the case, I just messed up one of these batteries, pulled the tab right off. Okay, but this will round out our 6. So we'll have our final 5th one right here, 3, 4, 5, and then our 6th one right there. So that rounds out our 3rd row. And again, I think our last row, we're going to go ahead and actually do just this bigger size because we know we have enough. So now this will actually be a little bit larger a bank than I thought. It'll be a little over 20 amp hours. I don't know by how much. We can go back and calculate it. It'll probably be maybe 21 amp hours, 22 amp hours, something like that. But still, close to 20 amp hours, a little bit over, will be very nice. That'll increase our wattage as well. I think the wattage of this is it 2400? Not 2400, goodness, 240 watt hours that we would be dealing with. So it's pretty cool. Pretty big way to go, especially, it's about 1% of what you need to run a house for a day. I think average US home is like 33,000 watt hours a day. So, 240, 33,000 watt hours. It comes out to be about like 0.7% of the day. And so that ends up being around like 10 minutes of runtime. If you could get this to power your whole house, which again, there's like load bearing reasons you shouldn't do that. You know, having this thing under a high load, like the strain of all the things in your house running, would not do it good. You need many more protections for something like this to be able to run a large amount of load. But that being the case, what we can do here is actually run a significantly smaller amount of stuff for a good bit longer period of time. So again, charging your phone, running small lights, like the lights that we use on this set, you know, I think are 12 volts or 5 volts or something. So we could run those. We could run, you know, charge our phone several times. We could charge laptops. We can run small motors for things like charging our tools, you know, the electric tools, electric drill, things like that. We can have charging stations set up for those. This will be something that is pretty valuable to us in the near future. So I'm going to read the comments one more time, see how you guys are doing, take a quick break. We'll line up that fourth row. I may do a quick calculation to see what that'll actually end up coming out to be. I'll save it for the end. We'll jump into this. We'll connect all of these. Like I said, we would. That's going to take a lot of us actually cutting wires and trying to put things together. But once we finish all of that, we will have the form, we will have the connections all made for the battery. So the battery would operate like this one large bank, but we'll need some things to be able to run our electronics off of it and stuff, some additional hardware added. The other thing will be, once we have all those connections, we can then make the form of the battery. So the shape that we're going to keep it in when we go to eventually solder all of these connections together and make it a more sturdy bank for us to be able to bring places and use and, you know, put in a carrying case. But that all being said, let me check the comments and I will see what your guys' thoughts are. Okay, so 8 viewers, 4 likes. Thank you guys for being here and liking. Let's see what everybody's saying. Okay. Duke Martins says, no idea how I got to your live stream. We are in a similar, we are similar in one regard, both seek freedom. We're from South Africa. I hope you, sir, are not cutting batteries. You are going to get a rather bad chemical burns. Please take heed. Don't let the tips touch. Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you, Duet. It means a lot. Please be careful. I have to go stop this madness, dear sir. It's good to see you. Thank you for observing that, you know, this is to some degree madness. You absolutely shouldn't do this in this way. We have these batteries on like a plastic surface, which is horrible. If these did catch fire, it would melt this plastic table, certainly. That's a concern. We absolutely shouldn't be just having batteries strewn willy-nilly all over the place. Do not, under any circumstances, do this at home. Like I said, I am doing this out of my own foolhardiness. Definitely do not do this yourself. But we are almost done getting something that will be more valuable and significantly safer for us to store than a pile of batteries in a bag like this, which was even worse. So even though this looks crazy to it, trust that it has been slightly safer than the way that we have been storing batteries previously. Again, once the camera goes off, we do a little bit more to protect them and save them up, make sure that they don't catch fire on us. But this is a much safer lesson. That being the case, It says you can pop into a 7-Eleven to get the other half. I won't say exactly what you need, but let's just say mini batteries. Oh goodness, what? Why are you doing that, Duet? That's weird. Duet says parallel or serial. Series, but well, both. You know, we're using both to make a battery bank of a specific size. Duet says I need to go to work. Only morbid fascination keeps me watching. Duet's just having a time on this stream. I appreciate it. Good to see you. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. If you think what we're doing is dangerous, please subscribe and comment to us how dangerous you think it is. It is pretty dangerous. We should be careful. Bimba says, are you an electrical engineer like me? I am not. I am actually studying physics. I am in my master's program for physics. That being the case, I do need to be extra careful with this. This is, you know, the purview of electrical engineers. And so I only dare enter their domain treading lightly. That being the case, Bimba says, it seems like vape batteries have a great chemical compounds. LOL. I mean, in general do. Certainly concerning ones. You definitely should not use them. Bimba says, I recommend being insanely cautious, as with a simple positive and negative charge meeting each other can cause damage. It could be a domino effect for the surroundings. Absolutely. We have to be very, very careful with how we are storing these and using them. Bimba says, someone recommended a power bank. That's pretty goated. Should get wire cutters. It's way more efficient than regular scissors. I agree. Bimba says, also more diverse, such as multiple gauges cut. Also, are you going to Microcon? Lots of questions. We are not going to Microcon. We have missed the last couple years. We went in 2022, and that was fun. We ended up not going for these other years just because it's been more reasonable for us to put our time and effort into other things here locally to be able to continue to build up. But that being the case, if you haven't ever gone, it's a fun time. I recommend it. Tercedia says, I'm back again. Bimba says, bummer, it would be great to meet. Well, we are developing Vitae slowly but surely. So maybe in the next few years, if you want to, we will have tourism set up and you can come and visit the Empire of Aeternia. Come check out our capital territory of Vitae. So, you know, if you're in the mood for traveling, there's definitely options. So, that being the case, I'm going to make sure I keep all water away from these batteries as well. I was just drinking water. We need to be extra careful with that. These, obviously, if they get wet at all, very dangerous. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start actually attempting to put these together once we finish our last row. So I'm going to be using, again, a bigger size than I thought I would, but we'll go ahead with that and see how far we get. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the first 5. Doing good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 makes the second 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes the third 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the fourth 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the fifth 5. And then for this one, I didn't do a final 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just 26 batteries right there. I knew something was wrong. I sensed it in my lack of counting ability. Okay. So what we're going to do is keep sliding all of these over bit by bit. We're going to add an additional layer of 5 here, and then we'll be almost done with all of them. We'll have one more layer of 5 here, then an additional 1. Okay, so going back for one moment to fix our mistake, that's 1 additional for the last row of 5 for the third. Okay, let's see. All right. We found our number 2. All right, got the second one. Looking into the third one now. Found it. Okay. Going on to the fourth. Yep. And the fifth. If we can get one more, we will be done with that third row and moving on to the fourth. Let's see what this is. No, but this would be good for the next one. For up there. Okay. Check this one out. See what its size is. This one will work. Okay. Okay. So, got our final 5 and our additional there. All set up. Okay. Oh. Let me see. Okay. We got it now. And then we just need the last 5 total for this side, and we'll be done setting everything up. Okay. That'll be 2. This one's even too big for that. Okay. This will be 3. So we just need 3 left to finish the top row. Okay. We're starting to get right to the end of where we were working at, which is kind of nice because it means that we're using almost all the batteries that we have been recycling over the last couple streams. And so that's good. We know, roughly how many we need to get out and need to start working on to yield what results. And so a lot of effort, a lot of time put into it, but ultimately to great benefit. Let's see what we can do with this one. Ooh. Hey, you. So let's see what this one is. Okay. What's up?
Are you pulling the batteries off of the plastic pieces?
Well, I'm trying to now find the last 3 of this value, of this size. I'm making a battery that roughly that.
The 3.15.
Yeah, but yeah. So we're looking for that one. Okay.
low than I'm high.
Right. That ends up being the tricky issue.
This is sticky.
They
Oh,
are.
juice all over it.
Tiffany, a lot of these are sticky. It's really bad. Okay. I found 4. Just need 2 more. 2 more. They're super gross. We should be wearing gloves. If you want to put some gloves on there, some right there.
Wait, this one's so different.
What you mean?
You see how these give us like a number and then point something?
Sorry, one second.
I guess it is a point. This one, it looks like a dash on this one.
Yeah.
It looks like it said 5 to like 18. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. How are you gonna have that?
All right, we just need 1 more. Ew, I touched it.
Ew.
Yeah. It's really gross.
Is it
Touch
3?
the like vape juice.
Or
Yep.
are you just getting roughly close here? You look through one exactly.
As close to it as possible.
Well, I
Yeah.
got a 2.4.
No.
4.5.
No. It needs to be pretty close, like a 3 something.
Awesome.
Or like
I think I
2
have
9
this one.
something.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing? This one isn't like covered. It isn't. This one's covered, so this one can just freely go back in the back.
Fair.
But this one's not. If you touch
Fair.
the black and red,
Gross. Let me take this one out. Why is this
we're gonna have
in
one smoldering here. Yeah.
No.
I bet I can make a new pile like on so many 2.4s.
Yeah. Those are the most.
Common.
Yeah. All right, I think we're done.
Wait,
We got it.
here.
Hold on. What's this one? Yep. All right. We got it. We got them. Yes. I do have one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you should put it on.
Thanks. My hands are just gross now. I appreciate you, Tiff.
Oh, you're not trusting. There we go. I was gonna say it was not flat.
Fair. I appreciate it. Yeah, because now we have all the batteries out. We have them laid out. That's progress.
What do you want? Let me tell a bun?
A bun, please.
A small bun?
Sure.
Every time you wear a bun, just because of how short your hair is, it ends up looking like that. Not like as neat.
Can you
What?
pull a little bit more hair out of my face? I appreciate it. There's like a couple pieces. Yeah, get it.
Oh,
Yeah. That's fine. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't know, the light's very bright.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Katie. It's trying to have the extra lights for the setup so everybody could see these million batteries.
Show off your new Christmas lights
Mhm.
for
I
the
have
new
not.
year.
I have not, but these are super cool. Thank
Okay,
you.
we got that one. Yeah,
Perfect.
it reminds me. I'm not trying to do something, but it reminds me a bit of some of the Japanese ones, because they would do the like very short and then like kind of flowers outward.
Mhm.
Because your hair is so short, it just automatically does that.
Fair.
But they do theirs a lot neater because they have like a whole thing that goes with it.
Yeah. I
Make it look
appreciate you
very
teaching me how to
smooth.
do something because I just need to get the hair like free
There's
from
a
my
lot of
face.
this pieces in here. It doesn't even have a battery.
It does. It's inside. Yeah, a lot of them I like just took the piece that has the battery.
Yeah, but see, these
out
are
and,
safe.
like,
These
put 'em-
are at least not
Right,
as loose
and that's why I
wires.
started doing that. I
But
was
then
like,
you have
well, I'll
some
just,
of these.
right. Well, but I have them clipped back a little bit, so it's very unlikely that they could touch. But yeah, sure, they
Yeah,
could.
the sleeves sticking out further than the mouth. So you're trying to say?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Gloves. Oh, my hands.
Yeah, fair. I mean, we have the battery put together now. All I need to do is like cut all the connections, put them together, and then.
No, maybe.
Oh, you're gonna make a new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. If you wanted to, you could keep ripping up these,
Sure.
depending on how crazy you want to go.
Sure.
Okay.
Sit back there.
Okay. If you want, you can use my actual. I was gonna take your advice and use these stronger gloves, so that way you don't like hurt yourself. Yeah, like I did. I like bullied my hands the last time we were doing this, and I like took apart a bunch of these. I fortunately had my hands protected from gross stickiness, but I did like cut up my fingers quite a bit. So.
No one will believe that these are only. Well, I don't know. Some people might. And these are only like 6 months old.
Yeah.
If that.
Fair. We have put these things through a lot. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I just set them to the side. I didn't know exactly where you wanted what, so I was like, I'll just try to keep it like semi-organized. Yeah, I'll just show you. I'll just hide it from view. It's fine.
Okay, so this is trash pile.
Yeah,
that's also trash.
And then that one's the good one. Yeah, I can get you a new bag too. There's one right there, but I can get you a fresher one. Okay. You do. I'm proud of you.
This side. I rose it. This is just an empty bag.
Oh, okay. You all right?
Yeah, I forget there's no cushion on these things.
Yeah. You want me to get you a pillow?
No.
Okay.
I just shouldn't have sat on my ankle first thing. I put so much more on the side of my foot.
I appreciate you, Brian.
I put it too far away.
Gotcha.
Put those too far away.
Gotcha.
These are good. Where they're
Also, just in case, here's pliers. Oh, goodness.
Thanks.
Yep. And if you need it to start cutting the batteries out, scissors. I'll actually need these for a minute, though. So when you get one out and you need the scissors, let me know. Because otherwise, I'm going to keep doing all of this connecting. What we're about to do here is I'm going to strip each of these wires and connect them in sets of 2 together, and then do that. Finish doing all the connections here. Okay, let me read comments real fast before we get too far. 8 viewers, 6 likes. Thank you guys for liking. What's up?
I mean, it's fine, I guess. There are different versions of the electrical and mechanical. All the engineers have like different specialties.
Sure.
Sure, undergrad like teaches you some general stuff. But I want to go into an electrical engineering knowing that like, oh, you're automatically gonna learn about batteries.
Right.
Because I see it coming up in the comments a lot, and you can. I know some electrical engineers that I work with that like their whole thing is within the battery stuff.
I think they mean like basics. And yeah, you will learn battery basics from electrical engineering. But you'll also learn battery basics in a number of other fields because it's just useful.
Electronics class?
Yeah, yep.
Did you guys go over batteries?
Oh, we went over a lot more. Yeah, that's like a specialty. That's like a, you know, the physicist, electric engineer. Yeah.
Up and down arrows, it's got a red button and a circuit just playing on it.
Yeah, I do feel so bad about showing some of those. Marketing to kids, marketing vapes to kids.
They are already somebody.
That's why I'm like, that's why I feel horrible about that, showing those on camera.
But have you seen the ones that are like in the shape of a cup?
What?
Yeah.
In the shape of a
cup?
cup?
In the shape of a little like toy cup.
Oh, that's messed up. That's messed up.
Yeah. That one's like
hardcore marketing to children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Well, you just put that too close to your kid's toy and they're gonna go, oh, it's my little fake sticky cup.
Right, yeah.
It's like a McDonald's cup. Look at it, it's got a straw and everything.
Scary.
It is. It really is. That one is a utter problem. Okay, you started to break into this one?
Yes. I attempted. I can show you how to do those. There's like a special technique.
Come right here. Although I don't like this one. This one's like too big. Did you bring the small one?
Did I bring the small one?
Yeah, like I feel like this one's too big. I'm sliding in the smallest pockets here. There's just no way to put it in here.
Fair.
You know, bring the small one?
Oh, yeah. My bad. It is real tiny, but it's also like super sturdy. Like it'll.
Yeah, I've seen you like leaning on it.
Yeah, that one's pretty tough.
Ugh. Still have flat fingers. Well,
The gloves are just hard to work with. That's why I tend to do the just unsafe thing of using my bare hands, which nobody should do. Is the goofiest idea. But I get frustrated with it.
at some point, we do have to bust or we might have to open the window and throw it out there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we would find a way to
Well, yeah, we're not
dispose of it.
try it, but that takes longer.
No, agreed. That'd probably be the quickest way to get it out of the house, and then we'd have to extinguish it.
Well, sometimes we busted it, but then it just slowly disappeared.
That is true. Still incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. And it stinks.
Yeah,
Really bad.
it do. Should not breathe lithium.
I don't like this stuff. I don't like these ones. You always.
And by do, you mean take apart?
Yeah.
Cool.
I know what you do. I watched you do it, but every time I try to do, how much I try to take apart these ones? What do they call them? The specific display. What do you call them?
LED display?
No, I thought you called them a different name. I know they have LEDs.
Oh, liquid crystal? LCD?
Yeah.
Yeah, liquid crystal display.
The acronym.
The acronym. The great acronym, LCD. All right. Who knocking? 1 second, everybody.
I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
I was like, who's ever coming?
Surprise stream interruption. We have guests now, so we gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Great to see you, Queen Bougie. See you, Marin. Great to see you guys. We will continue next stream. Peace. I'll turn you forever.